Hello, I'm back with you today, and we're going to talk about the road to salvation. Have you ever asked yourself why that preachers, or what some people call pastors, priests, government officials, legislators, judges, presidents, go on to be very rich people? But these are two factions or two groups of people who are supposed to be saving the people. And I won't leave out law enforcement and everything else, but today we're gonna stick with our legislators and judges and our holy role of preachers. You see, it always bothered me because people will talk about tides and that God created the earth and the heavens and all things. Well, then, if that is true, why would he need money if he created all this? He put all these resources here. So is it God that need money or is it man that need money? I get caught up in something because they tell you never talk about the church. Don't respect your elders, and you need to. But they want you to respect government officials and preachers more than you respect the people who are responsible for you being here, feed you, clothe you, visit you, and do all the things that you couldn't do for yourself. But when they get old, the first thing that you want to do is say you don't have no time, patience to deal with them. That's a look in the mirror for y'all. But rise and shine. Give God the glory. But come give me the money. That's what most churches say. They may not say it in the same way I say it, but before you leave out of that door, they'll close those doors on you because you better get up them tithes. I don't care if you don't pay your light bill. I don't care if you don't pay your car note. You know, we stand in place of God here on earth. That's what they'll tell you. But I know God has no use for money. His son had no use for money. They say it's the root of all evil. Get rid of that money. Give it to your church if you want to be more like Jesus. The road to salvation is not paved with money. But the master himself said it's easier for a camel to enter the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to enter the gates of heaven. It's better to give than to receive. See, all these things are what I would call plantation talk. You see, you who are picking the cotton don't deserve none of the fruits of your labor. That goes to the master. And then all of a sudden, I looked up on the church walls, the beautiful pane windows. You go to these government facilities and these big churches, and all you see is people or God's son that looks exactly like the man who came and took everything out of Africa, came and took everything out of your house, came and took your daughters, your mamas, your grandmothers. Oh, but they said don't talk about that history, because see, they're going to take that away from you too. You see? Anything that have something to do with truth, and I don't expect none of y'all, none of you out there to give me a like, a share, or whatever. Because whenever it comes down to the truth, you go run and hide. And I'm talking about you, you know. And I'm talking about some of the things that we know to be true. They even got some people that tell you, I know what you're saying is right, but my pastor, well, how in the world can he lead you anywhere when he's the pimp in the church? He got more children. Shut, man. But the show, it charges the highest admission prices in the civilized world to go watch people put on a show for a God that is not interested in Barnum and Bailey's circus. But when we consider that these actors are star performers of rank and status who give the most unusual and distinctive shows on earth, I guess that's why they get so much in times. They get paid by the board, because I have never, not even Denzel Washington, not even John Wayne, not even Sidney Poitier could put on an act like you see in these churches. And you know they could dance. And oh, my sisters, my mothers, my grandmothers, they can faint at the drop of a dollar. I don't know. They tell us don't talk about these things, you know, because you see, most of y'all are what you say Christians. But the Christians got the most body count of all people who pray. That's just an estimation. And I tell you something else. There's some other religions that's not far behind them. But I'm going to do like most people do. I'm going to move this narrative strictly on one group of people. Okay? This is how the media portrays us. And so what's wrong with we doing the same thing to them? Let's not say they have any different religion. Talk about Christianity. I mean, so it's supposed to be so much like Christ-like, right? But you, so much like Christ, but you can tell a group of people to go hunt and kill another group of people who are the ancients of the world. And the reason behind you actually putting out what I would say a wanted poster on African people is because you had tried the Europeans, you had tried the Indian, and they could not take the heat. They could not take, you know, the mosquitoes and the swamps and everything else. So you had to get a higher grade of individual, somebody who would last, somebody that you know that you could go over and capture, that you know you could make a deal with their kings, their witch doctors, that you know would sell them out. And this is not representative of the whole continent. But just like right now here in America and Africa and everywhere else, we got people over here and over there who will sell their soul to anybody for money. TikTok fall off. Now, I'm going to tell you the reason why people do not talk about certain things or want you to talk about them, because, as I said before, we're supposed to be all about the truth. But you see, when the truth don't look like you can burn it, you can bury it, you can kill it, you can do whatever you want to ensure that you carry on the narrative that you run this earth and that you are in charge and that all others are to submit. I ask myself, why did I stay in certain congregations in certain places for so long? You see, because I was just like everybody else. You get conditioned. You think a baby has any power over the parents to stop them from baptizing them in a certain religion or whatever certain church, because they think that's the best thing for him, and then they find out later that these same people might be the ones, that same little boy that they baptized or little girl, they might be the ones that take advantage of them down the line. So instead of stop talking about certain things, we need to talk about them. We need to talk about the truth. But they say sometimes the truth ain't in you, but the spirit is. And you don't need nobody to help you talk to the spirit inside you. Now, everybody likes fantasies and movies and all kind of things, but you don't like the one thing that can truly save you. That's the truth. For all y'all holy rollers, don't mean you no disrespect. But all I ask is retrospect. Take a look at the evidence. And then when y'all in there getting ready to write up the next contract for your next pastor, take one thing into consideration. That men of God of old, they used to work, and what they did for God and you, they did it for free. Now, you pay a house blank to sit at home and study the Bible, which he uses to take advantage of you. And this is not for everybody. We got some people out there that's preaching and doing some good things. But exposure, social media, news, and shine the light over there in the corner about one of the most lucrative businesses. To see, churches are big business, 501c3, only ones I know that get a doggone tax break besides billionaires. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. Nobody don't care about my feelings. Nobody don't care about the truth. I'm sorry. This is the last thing I'll tell you. I've had people even tell me I'm too far gone. I said, what you talking about? I said, you gonna keep going and you know it's poison? Yeah, and I'm gonna drink it